Actually, it's afternoon now. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Principal Ma'am for giving me this opportunity to talk on this subject. Investment, as the title of our PPT shows, investment, a good habit to dwell. How many of you are actually investing? Can I see those hands up in the air? Atul sir, where you are investing, sir?
In our EPF, it is automatically.
Oh, that is automatically deducted from your salary. Okay. Do you know the difference between savings and investment? Yes, Mag. You are telling you have a lot more funds in your bank accounts.
सेविंग मीन्स कि हम कोई चीज़ को मतलब सिर्फ उससे कोई हमें फ़ायदा नहीं हो रहा है, सिर्फ हम उसको एक सेव करके रखते हैं फॉर आवर फ्यूचर अगर हमें उसका यूज़ करना हो। और इन्वेस्टमेंट मतलब अब हमने जो सेव किया है उसको किसी चीज़ पे इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं ताकि हमें प्रॉफिट हो पाए।
Exactly. Give a big round of applause. Savings. When we spare some money for use in future, it is called a saving. But when we make use of that spare funds from earning returns, you can say, then it is called an investment. Savings sometimes don't give any benefit to you in future. I'll like to share an example here with you guys. One day I was watching CNBC Awaaz channel. A group of members was sitting on the stage and a old man stood up and asked the person sitting on the stage, "Sir, I'm investing since I was 30 years old. I have dealt in with so many securities. And one thing is certain, I'm sure about it, I have never sold any of the investment at loss. I mean, if I have bought any security with rupees 100, I have sold it for rupees 150. If I bought something with rupees 500, I sold it at rupees 600. But the position is same right now also. I'm at 80 years old now. At that moment of time, I was not able to enjoy a ride of car on my own. And still I'm on the same position. It's been 50 years investing in securities, generating profits, and still I'm at the same level. You understand? A 25-year-old guy was sitting on the stage. He stood up, he laughed at. And he simply asked a question to that old man. Have you ever heard about inflation rate? Did you try to beat that rate? Here is the lackness. Investing your money without any knowledge will not bring you the desired results. You must have the required knowledge. You must have the knowledge about the risk associated with those returns. हमारी कॉमर्स में एक फ्रेज आती है, हायर द रिटर्न्स हायर विल बी द रिस्क ऑल्सो. एंड इफ यू आर फोकसिंग ऑन रिटर्न्स ओनली, द चांसेस ऑफ लूजिंग योर मनी विल ऑल्सो बी हाई. In the example of that old man, what was happening to him? He bought a share for rupees 100 and he was selling it after 5 years for rupees 150. What was his annualized return? He was not beating the rate of inflation. I mean, if the inflation was around about 10% at that time, so he was just earning 5% on an annual. So he was on the losing side. Here comes another example. Every one of us might be not knowing about Mr. Rajesh Khanna, the superstar of 70s. He bought a bungalow for rupees 3.5 lakhs in Mumbai in 1970. And the same was sold recently in 2014 for 85 crores. See the return. It was 2,400 times the initial investment. Can you think? What comes to your mind instantly? मेरे दिमाग में तो आया भी, I asked my father कि यार हमारे पास ऐसा कुछ क्यों नहीं था, मैं भी करोड़पति होता, आपने क्यों नहीं की ऐसी इन्वेस्टमेंट? He told me कि 3.5 lakh was a huge amount at that time. भाई हम तो ख्वाब भी हजारों के लेते थे at that time, तो 3.5 लाख की बात कर रहा था. ये उनकी ऐसे मेरे को रिप्लाई था. And I started calculating the returns. When I calculated it, it was 19.38%. He earned 83.5 lakhs in a total span of 44 years. And on an annualized basis, it was only 19.38%. And when I compare it with the investment portfolio prevailing in the market, Reliance Growth has given a return of 24% in the past 20 years. Birla Sun Life has given a return of 26%. Then HDFC, Tax Saver, given a return of 28%, much more than the return earned by a superstar. I mean, in the security market, you need not to be a superstar. You can be a superstar provided you have the required knowledge. You have the ability to manage risk. You have the ability to allocate your funds bearing in mind the risk associated with it. The main purpose of this session is to create awareness among you guys, is to give you guys a startup for investing. And can I have the first slide, please? Financial portfolio. Anybody knowing the term financial portfolio? Okay. Portfolio means allocation of your available funds in different type of securities. It's not everybody's cup of tea to maintain a portfolio. It requires a high degree of knowledge and expertise. You must be aware of the returns, the movement of stocks in particular market conditions, the risk associated with those returns. A management of risk and returns is called a portfolio. There are so many sectors to invest in the market. There is insurance sector, real estate sector, capital markets, banking institutions. So you can invest your funds anywhere. But all you have to do is to expect the return, not arbitrary, but on the basis of prevailing market conditions. You will have to create a balance between the risk and returns. And this is done by highly expert people known as portfolio managers. The major benefits associated with it ensures guaranteed return. I mean, when you are investing your funds in a planned way, how can you lose your money? It will also ensure a guaranteed return to you. Then, diversification of risk. The guarantee is maintained because you have diversified your risk. You have invested your money in different type of securities, considering in mind the risk associated with them. Let me explain something here. There are two types of securities: fixed income bearing securities and variable income bearing securities. Fixed income bearing securities, like ma'am has given example of FDs, a fixed rate of interest. In movie itself, he talked about FDs. A fixed amount of interest will be paid to you every month or year, as the case may be. The duration will be selected by you guys. Whereas in variable income bearing security, the return is totally dependent upon market conditions. If markets are going bullish, I mean, every stocks are rising, every stocks are yielding high rate of returns, your investment is definitely gonna be a good one for you. But the conditions may get reversed also. If the markets are bearish, bearish means the stocks are falling, stocks are not generating returns, then you there will be high chances of losing your money. So if you are focusing on returns, अब on returns के basis पे अगर मैं इनमें differentiate करूँ तो variable income bearing security obviously will be yielding higher return than the fixed income bearing securities. But the condition is the market must be favorable to it. On the other hand, variable income bearing securities will be generating high losses as compared to fixed income bearing securities also, if the markets are in adverse position. So all these pros and cons will be discussed within the next couple of minutes. Difficulties. Making portfolio is not an easy job for you. Commerce student तो फिर भी कुछ terms को recognize कर पाएंगे, but it will be a difficult task for the non-med students who have never heard these terms before. Okay. So better note down these things on your notebooks. I'll be clearing it after the session. Difficulties requires a high degree of expertise. A high degree of knowledge is required to make a portfolio. You'll have to study the market regularly. You'll have to study the movement of stocks in the market, when stocks will go up, when there are chances of falling of stocks, when there is an impact of any economic development on the market. So all these factors are to be considered as a combination to decide about the portfolio. It's not an easy job. Then time-consuming process. Abhi, we are guiding our students to invest in, or I'm talking about making a portfolio. I'm discussing that you must have knowledge, you must take care of market conditions. So a time-consuming process is. Then costly advice. फिर दिमाग में आता है, चलो हम खुद ना जाए, we can hand over this job to somebody else who might be doing this for us. We will be hiring a professional for this, we will be making portfolio on our behalf. But again, this will hit hard on your pockets. The professionals are charging a huge amount of salary, like 2 lakh per month, 3 lakh per month from the companies from where they are, in which they are employed. And if we want to hire the services of that professional, I'll have to pay a huge amount. What if I have only 50,000 to invest and he's asking for 30,000 as his consideration? So what is left with me for investing? Not advisable. Next, not suitable for small investment like us. We are not earning anything yet. We are totally dependent on our parents. We are dependent on pocket money they are giving to us. So this opportunity is not available for us. So what is best option for small investors? I mean, they cannot invest in the market, or is there any option available to them? And the option is SIP. Movie mein he explained the term. Systematic Investment Plan. हम सब ने सुना, मैम ने पूछा भी, but nobody was able to answer how it actually works. SIP. So SIP is actually an investment plan when we do not want to take that much headache, when we do not have the required expertise. So all we have to do is to find out a company to whom I'll be depositing some amount regularly, and that company will be investing that much amount on my behalf. This is called SIP. The major benefits, same as in portfolio, ensures guaranteed return. Kyun? Because the company itself is making a portfolio of the funds collected from small investors. Company collects funds from small investors, creates a corpus of funds, and that corpus of funds is allocated between different sectors, depending upon the returns and risk associated. Those portfolios are managed by those highly expert professionals employed by that company. They will take care of your money. They'll not invest your money in the risky ventures. That is why return is always guaranteed in case of SIP. Then expert advice. Like I explained earlier, you can have expert advice of those professionals without incurring any additional cost. Another benefit is convenient. You need not to do anything. You just have to evaluate yourself how much you can spare every month, and you'll give that much of amount to the respective company, and the company will be taking care of your money. Highly liquid, yes. Liquidity. Anybody sitting here? What do you mean by liquidity? Yes, sir.
Conversion of investment in money.
Yeah, exactly. Conversion of your investment into money. This factor should be kept in mind. Again, it will depend upon an individual's requirement for how many years he can live with the invested amount. But there should be an opportunity. SIP always have that opportunity for you. You can withdraw your investment whenever you want to. Okay. Next slide, please. Focus is on time rather than timing. I think this is the best characteristic of SIP. Focus is on time rather than timing. Timing refers to those favorable conditions when you decide to invest into the market. When the market is bullish, when the stocks are going up, everybody wants to invest in those favorable conditions because every stock is generating high returns. Every stock is yielding high returns. But what if the market is bearish? Nobody wants to invest in that situation. As ma'am explained, a black Monday was there. On that day, a lot more people have lost their money. Kyun? Because they all were dealing with variable income bearing securities. They haven't made a suitable portfolio. Portfolio maintenance is a critical task. Everybody cannot do it on your own. You'll have to seek a professional course for that. You'll have the required knowledge of the market condition. So it is a better option. SIP. In investing your amount in SIP, you need not to bother about timing. The best time to invest in SIP is as early as you can. मूवी में भी आपने देखा 10-11 साल का बच्चा 62,000 ही started investing in SIP और क्या बोलता हूँ अपने ब्रदर से, by the moment I'll be of your age मेरे पास काफ़ी पैसे आएंगे, by the moment I'll be a grandfather तो मेरे पास तो unlimited funds आएंगे. तो this is the concept of SIP. Why is return guaranteed in SIP? I mean, आजकल हम जहाँ भी जाते हैं शॉपिंग के लिए, वो जो हमें बिल देते हैं उसके ऊपर ही लिखा होता है there is no guarantee. लेकिन हम यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं return is guaranteed. तो how it works? Funds managed by highly qualified and skilled professionals, power of compounding, balanced risk return portfolio, switch or facility. All these are characteristics of SIP, systematic investment plan. Switch or facility. The professionals dealing with your funds are always watching the market conditions. When the market conditions are favorable, the more proportion of your funds are invested into variable income bearing securities, yielding higher rate of returns. And when the market is bearish, when the stocks are going down, that proportion is reduced to a negligible extent. I mean, 90% of your investment will be converted into fixed income bearing securities. So this will secure you from the market movements. This is the best part of SIP. That is why we can say return is guaranteed in SIP. Next slide, please. Financial advisors for your investment decision. कौन गाइड करेगा हमें, हमारे दिमाग में आता है. तो you need not to look for anybody else. Guider is, advisors are parents. हमारे घर में ही है. They'll be guiding you. Then the teachers. Then financial agents. You can seek advice from agents also. Brokers are there. Then your banker. आज की डेट में various banking company have started giving services on investments. They are advising their clients how to make investment, how to spare some money and invest in different portfolios. Yeah, they are giving you different opportunities to invest, different portfolios. They are guiding you. You can seek their advice also. Here comes the real question. कौन सोच रहा था? Yes. मेरे दिमाग में भी आया था when I firstly heard about SIP. What is the minimum fund required for SIP? And the range is rupees 500 to 1000 per month, depending upon the company, depending upon the concerned company. I mean, some companies are offering SIP at rupees 50 per month, while the others are offering 500 per month, while the others are offering it at rupees 1000 per month. Is this a huge amount for you guys? Every year you are spending a huge amount on your bodies. Minimum भी बात करूँ तो it will be 15 to 20,000 on your bodies. And if you are investing 500 per month, it will be only 6,000 a year. एक बर्थडे पे थोड़ा कम खर्चा कर लेंगे और उस सेविंग को इन्वेस्ट करेंगे. Still, you are finding it hard on your pocket. There is another option, micro SIP. Range is rupees 50 to 100 per month. अब इससे कम भी चाहिए कुछ? इससे कम का कोई यूज नहीं होगा. If you want to generate income, you'll have to spare some considerable amount. Or I don't think it is a considerable amount. It is a very nominal amount for you guys to invest in. अब इतना बोल करके आपकी हालत भी इस बंदे जैसी हो गई मुझे लगता है. A confused man. जो चाहता है कि इतनी नॉलेज हमें नहीं है, just tell us what is the best plan. According to me, there is nothing like best plan. There can never be a best plan. A plan may be best for an individual, but it may not work for another. Everybody has his own requirements. So, all you have to do is to consult those requirements with your financial advisors, tell them about your requirement, and he'll be guiding you for your best plan. Now, I'll be concluding it with the phrase, small drops of investments can create ocean of wealth. If you are going for it, I assure you that you'll be definitely getting a handsome amount by the moment you are able to enjoy that. Okay. And now, the question and answer. I have not taken so much your time. You are already late, so we'll be discussing your queries. You can ask me anything in your mind related to this. Anybody, beta? Especially the commerce student? कुछ भी नहीं? Yes, beta.
Company which are offering this.
What are the companies offering? ये हमारे टाइम में प्रॉब्लम आती थी. At that time only a few companies were there. UTI was the first one. But आज की डेट में you can find a number of companies. Reliance Growth, Birla Sun Life, HDFC. Then your banking companies also, SBI Mutual Fund. So there are so many companies. The plans, as I explained earlier, will depend upon your requirement. switching or facility is there. You will be guiding your company. Invest my 80% funds in equity and 20% funds in, not preference, debt, fixed income bearing securities, right? So there are so many options. Yes, beta. Any other query? Anybody else? देखो, अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं आते हैं, मैं अपने कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट को हमेशा ही बोलता हूँ कि अगर इफ यू आर नॉट आस्किंग मी एनी क्वेश्चंस, इट मींस कि इधर आई एम वेरी गुड इन टीचिंग। आई मीन जितना भी मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया वो सारा आपको एकदम से समझ आ गया, और मुझे पता है इतना एफिशिएंट मैं हूं नहीं, ठीक है। और दूसरा एस्पेक्ट ये होता है कि हमें कुछ भी समझ नहीं आया, पूछे क्या, तो भी क्या हमारी ये पोजीशन है, ये समझू मैं। यस बेटा। मिनिमम इंटरेस्ट, लाइक वॉरेन बफे के जो उन्होंने कोर्स दिखाए, तुमने देखे ध्यान से, वहां एक कोट था, द मार्केट इंडेक्स वाज 8% एंड his company was earning at that time 37%. Minimum will be decided by the market. Maximum is unlimited. You'll be managing your portfolio. If you have the required skill, you can beat the market. हाँ, you'll have to take care. यही तो है the building up of a portfolio. इसी के लिए तो वो required skill चाहिए. As a student, I do not want कि हर student अपनी पढ़ाई छोड़कर इसी काम में लग जाए. इसीलिए we are guiding you to make your investment through SIP. वहाँ आपको ये टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. The portfolio manager itself will be taking care of all these factors. हाँ, लेकिन ये होता है कि जब हम will start investing our amount in some venture, हमारा इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट हो जाता है. तो ज्यादा नहीं, हम थोड़ा थोड़ा उन टर्म्स को देखना शुरू करेंगे, हम उनके बारे में सुनेंगे, हम उनकी क्लैरिटी के लिए विल बी डिस्कसिंग इट विद आवर पेरेंट्स, टीचर्स, तो हमारी नॉलेज बढ़ेगी. और जब हम एक्चुअली अर्निंग में आएंगे तब विल बी टोटली डाइवर्टेड टू इट. तब हम ये सारे फैक्टर्स भी कंसिडर कर लेंगे. ठीक है जी बेटा.
सेंसेक्स क्या होता है?
सेंसेक्स है टॉप 20 कंपनीज इन इंडिया, उनकी मूवमेंट को वो डिस्क्राइब करता.
तो अगर सर वो इंक्रीज हुए तो इसका मतलब,
हाँ, इट नेवर मींस कि एवरी कंपनी इन द मार्केट हैज yielded a return. Some of the companies might be at the losing position also. It's the average of top 20 or 30 companies.
तो सर इससे इंडिया को बेनिफिट होता है कोई?
इंडिया का बेनिफिट इसमें कैसे आप देखते हो?
सर डॉलर की कम हुई प्राइस